طيب Shaykh al-Islam in Jami' al-Masail, page 145. This is the third majmu'ah. Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala says, whoever seeks aid from one who is deceased or absent, such that he supplicates to him during difficulties and times of hardship and asks from him the fulfillment of his needs. فَيَقُولُ يَا سَيِّدِي الشيخ فلان أنا في حسبك وجوارك أو يقول عند هجوم العدو علي يا سيدي فلان. Okay, to the end of what he says. And he asks from him the fulfillment of his needs. So he says, oh, my master so-and-so, I am in your protection. Or he says when the enemy attacks him, oh, master so-and-so, he's seeking his help and aid and removing the hardship. Or he says this when he is sick or poor, he needs other things. This person, Shaykh al-Islam says, is misguided, he's ignorant, he's a mushrik, and disobedient to Allah by the agreement of the Muslims. For they are in agreement that the dead, that deceased person, whether he is a prophet, a shaykh, or anyone else, is not invoked or asked for anything. He goes on, Shaykh al-Islam, rahimahullah. Ta'ala says, فلهذا قال العلماء رضي الله عنهم إنه يحرم بناء المساجد على القبور فإذا كان قبور الأنبياء والصالحين لم تتخذ مساجد والصلاة عندها لله تعالى قد نهى عنها رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لئلا تكون ذريعة إلى الشرك فكيف إذا كان صاحب القبر يدعى ويسأل ويقسم على الله به ويسأل بقبره أو يتمسح به فإن هذا شرك صريح. إن هذا شرك صريح. The scholar said, that's what Shaykh al-Islam says, it is haram to build masjids on graves. If the graves of prophets and the righteous are not to be taken as masjids, and if the prophet in fact prohibited praying to Allah at the graves, so that it would not be a stepping stone to shirk. In other words, we're not supposed to pray at the graves. In fact, even the janazah, which we're sometimes forced to pray at the grave, right, because of COVID regulations and those things right now, there are ulama that say that you cannot do that. It's haram to pray at the grave. There are scholars who say that, meaning salat al-janazah. And the regular salat, then no doubt about it. That's what the nas of the Prophet ﷺ is hadith said. So, in fact, prohibited praying to Allah at the graves. Why? So that it won't be a stepping stone to shirk. Because the asl of idol worship goes back to what? Worshipping the deceased. That's saint worship. Those who are in their graves. So don't even pray. Then what about when the one in the grave is being invoked and asked, swearing to Allah by him, and when prostration is being made to his grave, or it's being wiped for blessing? This is clear-cut shirk. This is what Shaykh was saying. Without going into a whole bunch of you need this condition and that condition and this condition, it's shirk. This is what he said. It is very similar. Here, similar statement, page 151 of the same book. قال وهذا الشرك إذا قامت على الإنسان الحجة فيه ولم ينتهي وجب قتله كقتل أمثاله من المشركين ولم يدفن في مقابر المسلمين ولم يصلى عليه. وما إذا كان جاهلا لم يبلغه العلم ولم يعرف حقيقة الشرك الذي قاتل عليه النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم المشركين فإنه لا يحكم بالكفر ولا سيما قد كثر هذا الشرك في المنتسبين إلى الإسلام. I just want to point out this one point because it's going to get difficult. I'm going to have to do a lot of disclaimers if I translate this. The issue here is that Shaykh al-Islam rahimahullah ta'ala is saying here that if a person is jahil and he doesn't know that this is shirk, then he's not to be punished, like he said earlier, until the proof has been established. He says, especially especially because this shirk has become much amongst the people who ascribe themselves to Islam. That they call themselves Muslims, but it still happened. Wrapping up now, inshallah.